Hello, I'd like to talk a little bit about the intelligence that we have on planet Earth. Now, this species of the hominid species has been around for over 50,000 years. And, what kind of intelligence, over these eons of time have we come to on planet Earth? And one of the things that you have to consider, just a basic thing, is like the use of bleached white flour. We use bleached white flour like it's going out of style. And it's funny, about 150 years ago plus, they figured out that they could bleach flour, to bleach it, like bleaching something. And they bleached the flour, and it would have almost an indefinite shelf life, unlimited shelf life, and it wouldn't spoil. But then they found out that if they bleached it, it destroyed the nutritional value. So later on they started enriching. It would be enriched bleached white flour. So they started adding some nutrients to it in order to make it somewhat of some type of nutritious food, which it still wasn't. It isn't. It's very hard on the metabolism. It's hard on the digestive system. As a matter of fact, if you go to nature centers, you'll find they'll have signs posted: "Please do not feed the ducks or the birds bleached white flour products, because it's bad on their metabolism, or it's bad for their digestive system." So even the people at the nature centers have figured out that bleached white flour is not only not good for humans, but it's not good for the animals. And but even over 100 years ago, the Italians especially, started realizing that bleached white flour was not healthy, and they started having all their delis would have, especially in the cities, you could go to the Italian delis and you could get bread made with unbleached flour, and it was much healthier, and it wouldn't cause digestive problems and indigestion and all that stuff that bleached white flour causes. But here we are, in 2011, and all the fast food restaurants use bleached white flour. Our government, doesn't stop the use of bleached white flour, and the restaurants all use bleached white flour. Even the Italian restaurants, if you go into the Italian restaurants and you'll find out that the rolls and stuff in the Italian restaurants are made with bleached white flour. So it's pretty amazing. And then the next thing is sugar, processed sugar. They process sugars, the refined sugar, to the point to where it's difficult for the pancreas to metabolize it and turn it into glucose. Yet, raw sugar, the pancreas is able to turn into glucose very easily and utilize it for, in the metabolism, and utilize it for energy. And so we should use raw sugar. But instead, we use processed sugar all over the country and all over the world. And also, we use, now, like it's going out of style, high fructose corn syrups. So high fructose corn syrups are very hard on the pancreas. It's very hard to metabolize glucose out of high fructose corn syrup. As a matter of fact, it's a chemical process that you use from the corn, a chemical process to isolate, the molecular structure of the corn to create high fructose corn syrup. So it's not even, doesn't even compare to raw sugar. And yet, of course, they have the commercial where the guy says he asked his doctor if it was high fructose corn syrup was bad, and he said his doctor said that sugar was sugar, that the body didn't know the difference. That's propagated by, of course, the corporate structures that sell high fructose corn syrup. So, don't believe them. But the thing is, we have high fructose corn syrup in all our kids' candies and all their cakes, their oatmeal pies. Everything has this high fructose corn syrup in it. And then you even have the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation taking it all in gobs of money, through different means, Advanced Auto Parts, and on and on and on, different means to come up with, tons of donations from people. Yet, for research, the cause of diabetes in juveniles and kids. Yet they don't even look at the fact that they need to remove all these, out of the candy, the cupcakes, the oatmeal pies, all the drinks, on and on. These little 2-year-olds on up are consuming. They need to take out the high fructose corn syrup and the processed sugars as well out of these products that are hard on the pancreas and creating diabetics and unhealthy conditions for children and for young adults and adults. So adults, take in these products too. I mean, with high fructose corn syrup, it's endless. So, here we are in 2011, and we're consuming, amazing quantities of bleached white flour and amazing quantities of processed sugars and high fructose corn syrups. So that tells you a little bit about the intelligence of man, our human beings, or womankind, mankind, the whole 9 yards. It's a present day world. I mean, it doesn't speak very highly of our intelligence or our level of intelligence, which I think intelligence comes from absolving self to look at what's true, not what I think or what I'm conditioned to think is true, but to be able to question things and doubt and come upon what is true. So it's amazing that we live in this world where we're consuming bleached white flour, out the yin yang, high fructose corn syrup, out the yin yang, in the modern day world. So think about it. Peace.